right, you guys, this was the final episode of Power. Guys, make sure that you subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Bonjour, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas noches to you, wherever you are on your side of the screen. Good morning, good evening. I hope all is well, y'all. So yeah, this is the last episode. I don't know if I'll be doing fours because not that many people be watching, and I heard a lot of people say it's not the same. They ain't really feeling it like that. You know, it's not that many black people, whatever. So I might just watch it by myself. But yeah, this is the last episode, you guys. So like I said, let me know what you thought about this episode. I was kind of just typing as I was watching, so some of the stuff is gonna get uncovered later on. So the first thing I was saying was like, yo, I can't believe that Monet was the one who actually gave Kate the letter saying where Tasha was. That's crazy to me. But Monet and Noma, now they finally meet up, and the thing with them is that it's like they're so similar. They're both so savage. They both were in love with the same man. And I feel like Monet was trying to like pretend and kind of just be strong and act like she didn't really give two fucks about Mecca like that, even though she knows she was in love with him low key. But she was just trying to play it cool, even though she's hearing all these things. And it did get revealed that, she tries to keep, like, she says if she had kids, she would keep them out of this type of lifestyle. And she was saying that's what she tried to do with Zeke, but it didn't work out. Obviously, that's the main one she tried to keep out of the life. And he was the first one to die. All the other ones, they in this, you know what I'm saying? And they the ones that's good. Or at least they didn't die. I shouldn't say they're actually all that good. But now they came up with a plan that instead of being, her being kind of like estranged from her family or whatever, now she's going to be running them. So she's teamed up with Noma now. I mean, what do they say? Something about like keep your enemies closer or whatever. So the friend of my enemy is y'all know how it go. An enemy of my enemy is a friend to me. Yeah, I don't know how that kind of goes with what we're talking about, but the first one's it, keep your enemies closer, because I don't think that these two would ever be really friends. Like, even the way they were talking to each other, you could tell, like, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna give you some respect, but when we don't need to like do all the formalities and all the extra stuff, like we don't need to, really do too much. So that was that. And she's so vicious that she actually sliced her henchman, like the dude that be standing by her side, because he was trying to kind of help out Tyreek a little something and stall and not tell her certain things right away. Dude ends up getting sliced right in the face. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's how you know this bitch ain't really down for nobody. Like, that's crazy to me. But then it looks like Diana and Drew, they're about to team up to take Monet down. And also Kane, because Kane was acting like some mama's boy, on her side and going along with what she was saying. Now that she's their boss and stuff, he's like, you know what, she's smart at the end of the day. And they're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, she killed our father. And he's just like, well, it is what it is. Like, just kind of like going about his merry little way. It's like he's happy that she's in charge of him or something like that. I guess because he knows her better, so it's like, okay, at least I got mama to protect me instead of just this Noma chick that I don't really know nothing about. I'm assuming, because I don't know. Tasha and Tommy, they're finally on a much better place. Like, they back being like family and stuff like that. He actually confided in her. He probably wanted to share that information with somebody close to him so much. And, it feels good when you're able to kind of let things out, almost like therapy session, tell somebody who's close to you, and now they're back on that good level where they can have conversations. So I know that he's happy about that. He told her that he has a brother and a nephew. Like, he really has like blood now, and he's like, I'm trusting you with that information, and she's like, you're good. Like, we need to just dead this whole thing and just get back good. So Rashad, he played the game by being the scapegoat for Lucas, so that he could be the black guy who takes down things, but it also was triumphant for him so that he could move forward and get his election. So it's like everything all kind of panned out and worked out good. And then from that, he was actually able to get Harper back and propose to her. So it was a super win for him. Monet and Kane, they went to go see Braden's family and really intimidated them so that they can get their money back, because they like, you know, we need our money back. And they're like, we don't have access to all that stuff right now. They're like, well, you got some nice things here. You know, there's stuff that, you know, we could sell or whatever to get this money back. But we going to get this money back one way or another. You know, Braden was super shocked because he didn't expect it to go down like that. He's like, you know, kind of like leave them alone. But they like, nah, like we not letting this go. Davis has also become more of a savage now. And yeah, at this point, he really don't got nothing to like, he don't got nothing to lose except his law license. But other than that, it's like he was living for his brother. Now he don't even have that. So he's just on some fuck it status. You know what? Like, whatever happens, happens. He was telling Tyreek, yo, you got to off Effie and you got to get rid of Lauren as well. He's like, wait, hold on. Like, ain't you the person that's supposed to say not to do these things? Like, what's going on with you? He's like, I know you lost your brother and I lost my sister as well, but you can't be switching up like this. Like, you need to like, nah. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's just it. He's like, nah, you need to keep your head in the game. You got to be the one to keep everybody grounded and come up with those law terminologies and things so we could do the right thing and not get caught, you know? That's what I pay you for. That's why you got this retainer. And so, yeah. So Tyreek, he tries to come up with a plan to get Lauren to drop the charges against Effie, which, of course, that would be great for all of them because, you know, once Effie goes down, Effie gonna take everybody down. You know what I'm saying? Like she will have no loyalty. She already don't have no. She already for herself. So it's like, I'm not protecting none of y'all if this happens. At the end of the day, like, I'm snitching. So they already knew, like, all right, we gotta do something about this. we gotta work this out for real. Davis ends up going to Tate to tell him that you know, he wants him to do something now that he's elected to get these boys off his back because they seen when he slipped Diana that little note in a confessional, whatever. I mean, not confessional, in, you know, the jail. So that's looking a little funny. You know, things is A plus B plus C ain't looking too good. They ain't have the audio, but they saw that little exchange once the cup got thrown on Sack. So it's not looking too good right there. So he's like, yo, you need to get rid of this. And also on top of that, you need to make sure that you get those charges dropped for Diana, because that's another thing that's going to not look too good. So, and that was what Tyreek had told him to tell him. So now, you know, he's like, you know, if you don't do it, there's a bullet coming your way. He's like, yo, don't be threatening me. He's like, trust and believe. Like, you know, so little did he know his fiance, his new fiance of a couple hours, was in earshot of everything that was happening. And he mentioned something about, you know, just make sure that you put a large donation, or somebody gave him a large donation. He mentioned about donation, and she's just like hearing everything, and she's just figuring out like, yo, this is crazy. This is what he's doing. Like, I'm done with him. Like, she just left silently. Like, just, that's probably the last time he gonna see her, you know? He's gonna have to try to beg her, hope that she answers the phone or the door or whatever he tries to do. But yeah, he about to get embarrassed real quick, because he went from publicly showing that he had this amazing love story, which everybody wanted to be a part of, to now having a tragic ending, as she said when the reporter came up to her. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Norman went to go see Effie, you know, in the pen or whatever, in the jail, and Norman told her, you know, she was giving her like these woe it's me story where it's like, look at my life now. Effie's like, hold up, like, look at my life. My life has been a struggle since birth. You've had white privilege on your side. I haven't had these things. Like, dude, like, she was literally like foster care and all these other things, running the streets, trying to always find a way to make it. You know, she's come a long way, but she's had a long struggle to get to where she is today. And she still is not where she needs to be or wants to be. You know, she's still fighting. Meanwhile, you want to talk about how bad your life is, and it's only been, what, maybe a year or less? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't compare. So don't ever think. And she's like, yo, it's not going to bode well for you if you don't drop these charges and recant, or for any of us at the end of the day. But it really won't be good for you or your family. So she's like, hold up, like, now Effie done fucked up because Effie said the wrong thing. So she got her all hyped up. And she's like, I'm not the same person that you met before. Don't get it twisted. So yeah, she wasn't playing about that. But the crazy thing is, I think it was like the night before, Tyreek had brought, what's his name? Tyreek had brought Kane and Braden to talk to her, kind of almost like an ambush, because they came up with this plan. Like, he literally tied up her family and was like, yo, Kane let her know, like, I work for myself. This little nigga ain't gonna tell me nothing at the end of the day. Like, anything I'm doing. Like, he don't control me, you know. And Tyreek is like the innocent one, like trying to negotiate. So it really looked good for him. Like, you see, I'm not the one. And she's just like, what is this? Like, this is crazy. She's like crying, emotional. And he's like, this is a reminder for you. Anytime you try to think that you're going to do something, remember this. Like, I got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get them anytime. So that was like a good visual for her to keep on her head. So it's like, all this is things she's thinking about. Like, damn, my family at the end of the day. Like, that's more important than anything else. So it also looks like now Tasha tried to take down Monet. But the crazy thing about it is Tyreek was supposed to be the one to do this according to the plan that he had with Diana. And things kind of fumbled because it was his mother that came out and tried to take her down. Because, you know, mama's got to protect their kids, you know what I mean? But he was like totally thrown for a loop. Monet tried to protect Diana and put her body as a shield, you know, so she got shot up for real. So she's in critical condition. But the caveat of the whole situation is that when they go to the hospital and Kane comes to find out what went down, Diana's all banged up and stuff because obviously they was in a car and all that. She tells him that it was Tyreek who did it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm like, ain't they supposed to be working together? Like, why would she tell him unless she had a plan with Tyreek to tell him? But she was just like, she sacrificed herself for me. But then I seen her talking to Drew. Come to find out, they have their own little plan. Because remember earlier I said they wanted to take down both Kane and Monet. So they had conspired their own little situation. Not with Tyreek though. Like, Tyreek thinks he was part, but he wasn't really part of it. They was actually against him. So they came up with their little plan to make sure that they get him to look like the bad guy so that Kane will take him out. I'm just like, what? Diana, what? Like, are you a woman that scorned? Like, you mad because that time you went to his room, he dead ass said, like, they like focus on you right now. Like, don't focus on us. Because she was like, what about us? He kind of like dumps her. So she mad about that. Like, are you serious right now? And on top of that, I'm assuming that's part of the reason why she mad. Because I'm like, damn, homie ain't even really do nothing to you like that. I mean, yeah, they thought that he could have been the person that snitched or whatever, or, you know, was working with the feds. But that she knew that wasn't the case. So it's like, what? Then on top of that, they showed her flashbacks and come to find out it was actually Diana that went to go see Kate, which is Tommy's mother. She was the one who wore a red wig looking like some wannabe Monet so that she would be able to say it was a woman with a red wig. And we all know Monet's always wearing that burgundy red wig. Gave her the letter from Saks. Mind-boggling, y'all. Mind-boggling. With the information, the address information. Crazy. Because I was wondering, like, why would Monet do... I mean, if you mad, like, you could do something like that. Like, I wouldn't put it super past her, but it is kind of, like, on the level of snitching, so it's a little bit weird. But we seen her, like, set people up before, so it was possible that it could have been Monet. But it wasn't, y'all. It wasn't. Oh, shit is so crazy. On top of that, somebody else got a letter. Another person who got a letter was Angie's nephew, which is Paz's son. Paz brought him a letter from Sex, so he about to open it up. We don't even know what that's about to say. That's probably about to say something about, I don't know, maybe something related to his mom. Who knows? Or maybe something related to the case and his aunt. You know what I'm saying? So that's about to be another thing that's about, he probably gonna be the next, like, Blanca, you know, like really going hard trying to get them down. Yo, this is crazy. Now the one of the there's just two final big scenes. So Tyreek goes to see Noma. Well, this is pretty much the towards the end. So Tyreek, he goes to see Noma, and yo, I tell you, it seemed like everybody is up against him because he goes there and she's like, oh, you tried to take out Monet. And he's like, nah, it wasn't me. And he's like legitimately telling the truth. It wasn't him. He's like, so she's like, who was it? Everybody seems to think it was you. It's like, everybody like, who? Here, out of the shadows comes Kane. Like, yeah, I know you did it. You know, with his gun and everything ready to take him out. And he's like, and then out of the shadows again, here emerges two more people, which is Drew and Diana. He's like, yo, Diana, what is this? Tell them the truth. And she's like, I know that you did it. And you almost killed me. Like, what? I'm like, yo, these hoes ain't loyal, son. This is why you need to be by yourself. Like, just leave these females alone. For real. So that's that. Then he's like, Anya Covington. And she's like, what did you say? Pretty much her daughter's name. So he already knew what time it was. Like, he made sure he was covered. So he was like, I got people on her. And if I die, then it's about to be a wrap for her. Here emerges out of the shadows once again a new person is Effie. I'm like, yo, this is what I said. These hoes ain't loyal for real, but she's never been loyal. But these hoes ain't loyal. Like, she's another woman that was scorned because when he went to go pick her up, and I forgot to mention that, when he went to go pick her up, she was, she seemed like she wanted to get back with him too, you know, and she wanted to make sure she was secure in the business and with him, you know, but he's just like, nah, like, I can't trust you. He's like, you even went to Kane before you came to me. Like, nah, that's unacceptable. And then he's like, you'll find your way. And then he tried to take her in the car to take her home. She started walking, like, he's like, where you going? She's like, I'll find a way like I always do. Pretty much using his words against him. So at that moment, she already was like, even though she was the one who gave him Anya's social media info, where she was residing, her name, all of that, she went to Noma, let her know, like, yo, he's threatening your daughter's life, so make sure that you protect her. You know what I'm saying? So everything was, it's like everything he had, it was like things steps ahead of him. Like, they was playing chess when homeboy was playing checkers. He brought the wrong pieces to the board. He wasn't prepared, honey. He was not prepared. So now, all of this shit is crazy. He's just like standing there like a deer in headlights, and Kane is ready to take him out, you know? So she was like, she already moved her daughter, so she's good. So she's like, you tried. All of a sudden, homeboy comes clutch. Brayden comes out from the shadows, from the darkness. Boom, boom, boom. Getting him, yo. He turned off the lights first completely. So it was like, what's going on? You know, shocked everybody. I was like, yo, Brayden's a savage now. All he had to do was take out a family member. You know, like, that's what you call a real friend. Like, I'm not condoning, like, killing people for your friends, but like, he came through when he needed him the most, you know, and that's the kind of thing that's really important. Even though he wanted to be out, they just had the conversation about like he was done with this because he didn't like the person he was becoming. He came through for the person that he needed to come through for. Now he's a fugitive. Like, at the end of the day, he's a fugitive from these people. Like, they gonna catch y'all, they gonna try, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not gonna rest until they try to find y'all. He can't trust nobody at this point. So anyway, came through, bam, bam, bam. It looked like he caught one of the henchmen, some white dude that was there. It also looked like he might have caught Kane, but I'm not too sure because, you know, I tried to go back. I went back. It looked like he got him, but I don't think he's dead or nothing like that. But I'm like, yo, that's crazy for real. Like, for real, that's crazy. So, yeah, that's about to, I don't even know. Like, he was like, yo, how did you know? He was like, that Obi called him and told him, like, yo, they about to take him out and something about green cards. So I guess they're going to have to try to get him a green card or something. I don't know, but it's crazy right now. Like, he's like, yo, like, it looks like we just started a war. So, yo, next season is about to be litty. Like, I can't even wait. I'm like, yes, this was the perfect cliffhanger. It's like, I just want more now. I feel like a fiend, like... But yeah, y'all, let me know what you thought about this episode down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.